What's up? It's Tice, and in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what I would do if I were to restart phone flipping. So, for those of you who have no clue who I am, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I've been able to scale my phone flipping business up to $20,000 profit in a single month. And in this video, I'm going to go over exactly how the exact steps that I would do to completely restart that if I were to start today, exactly what I would do and exactly how I would do it. And I've been able to start several people from scratch and make them $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 profit within their second, third month phone flipping from this framework that I use to help these people that are starting from scratch. So here's exactly what I would do. Number one is really just get clear on your why, and you need to have a mindset shift. So this is why most people fail. Most people fail because they don't even start, right? That's the first thing, is that most people fail because they don't even start. And most of the time why they don't start is because they have the fear of failure, and they ask themselves, what if I lose money, or what if it doesn't work, or what if I'm not good? All these things. But you have to realize that yes, risk is real, but wasting time being scared is a lot worse. Like, you learn by doing, you don't learn by watching 100 videos, and you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more in a day of phone flipping, of actually picking up phones and stuff. You're going to learn more from that than watching 100 videos on phone flipping. And most people don't even get past the what if stage. What if it doesn't work? What if I lose money? Most people don't even get past that stage, and they just convince themselves it's not for them or something like that. So you need to go from, I need to know everything first. You need to go from that to, I'll figure it out as I go. Just figure it out as you go. And you're never going to feel 100% ready. You have to realize you're never going to feel 100% ready. And most success comes from doing your first few flips, screwing up a bit, and learning from it. That's exactly how I learned. Now, luckily, you guys have my YouTube channel, and you could go through a bunch of my videos and actually start off on the right path. But when I started, there was no exact step-by-step guide on how to start off. I literally just started off by making mistakes and just learning from it. So I had to eat those mistakes, lose that money, and to actually learn what I know now. And now I share what I've learned. But yeah, every successful phone flipper has bought a bad phone. The difference is they kept going. For those of you who are completely new, one of my interviews with one of my clients who made $6,000 profit his second month phone flipping, he completely started from scratch. But his first, like, talk about discouraging, his first week, he lost $400. And he said, like, literally in the interview's on my YouTube channel, but he said that, like, it was very discouraging, and he's like was asking himself, he could either quit now and try something else, or he could try and stick with it, try and make that money back. And eventually he decided he wanted to stick with it. He didn't want to go to another business model or stop just because he lost $400, which is, when you don't have that much money, $400 is a lot. So yeah, he lost that money, and then he doubled down. Instead of backing out, he doubled down. 2 months later, he made $6,000 profit in a single month, his second month phone flipping, and he started from scratch. So yeah, definitely get clear on your why. And another big thing with this is just start. Like, just start, no matter where you're at. Because what a lot of people do is they say, this is what most people do, is they say, I'm too busy right now to start phone flipping. I'm too busy. I don't have the time right now. And when I do have the time, then I'll start phone flipping. Don't ever do that. Don't ever think that. Because when I first started phone flipping, I started out and I was working 11 hours a day at a tire shop. 11 hours a day. And that's when I started phone flipping. And I was making thousands of dollars a month while working 11 hours a day. Think about that. Mostly flipping phones, mostly on the weekends, but I did flip phones for as much time as I possibly can throughout my workday. When I was on my lunch breaks, after work for an hour, hour and a half. You have to start when you're busy, because when you start when you're busy, when it gets less busy, you're going to absolutely crush it. You're going to absolutely crush it when it gets less busy. And then once it gets, you're going to be busy again in your life. In the future, you're going to be busy again. So might as well start when you're already busy, because when you get less busy, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be a breeze. But when you get busy again, you're going to be like, I already been through this. I already know exactly what to do, exactly how to do it, because I've already phone flipped while I was busy. So that's why you should start when you're busy. A little yap session about starting when you're busy, but I suggest you start when you're busy, because it's going to get, sometime in your life, you're going to get busy again, and you'll already be used to it. So it won't really have that big of effect, because you're already used to a busy season. So next thing is really just set a simple, achievable goal. So for everybody, your goal is going to be different. Some people just want a little side hustle to make a couple thousand a month. And some people really want to turn this into a full-time business and do this all day, every day, and make this their giant thing. So first of all, just set a simple, achievable goal just to start out. Set a simple goal and just know where you want to go. So your first goal isn't to get rich. Your first goal isn't to make $1 million. Your first goal is to just prove to yourself that this works. And I say that because I could sit here and go all through my videos, and every single video I could say, this works. I've made this amount of money. This worked for one of my clients. He's made this amount of money. But it's never going to really, really hit you until you prove to yourself it works. Like, yes, you hear me talk about it, you know it works, but once you actually do it and that money hits your bank account and you actually make your first $500, $1,000 profit from flipping phones, and that money actually hits your bank, it's a completely different feeling, and it becomes real. It becomes real, and it's like, wow, this is really all it is? Like, this is actually for real. Like, it's a completely different feeling. I can't really describe it, but seeing people talk about making money online and then actually going and doing it, it's a completely different thing. Like, if you're watching a video, you know, yeah, he's probably actually making money online. He's probably not just bullshitting, and it probably does actually work. But when it actually works for you, and you prove to yourself that it actually works, then it's like, oh shit, this actually just worked. And I actually just made money. And the money's in my account. And then it's like, oh shit, I actually could do this. Like, that's the same thing that I felt when I first started out. I was like, yo, I could actually do this. Like, I'm a regular person. I'm a high school dropout. I literally have no education, failed math since like 5th grade. And I'm working at a tire shop, complete bum. And I could make money phone flipping. Like, I could do it. You could do it. And I was like, shit, this is crazy. So after that, after you just prove to yourself that it actually works, then pick a bigger goal, pick a bigger vision. So what do you actually want phone flipping to do for your life? So an example, it could be like quit your job. Like, is that your goal? Is your goal to replace your 9-to-5 job with phone flipping? Is it to stack $10,000 in savings? Is it to make $5,000 a month consistently? Is it to stack money, to stack $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to eventually get into a different business and use that money to start up? Use that money that you made from phone flipping to start up a big business like e-com, or get into a clothing brand, or whatever your real big dream is. Do you just want to use phone flipping as a tool to get there? Or do you just want a small side hustle to just help pay your bills, or help pay for stuff for your kids, or a family vacation, whatever it is? Just pick a bigger vision and a bigger goal to work towards, because what I've found out, me personally, it doesn't really apply to me, but people need something emotionally real behind a hustle, because they need a reason to care when things get hard. Because when things get hard, you start to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Like, why am I even doing this? And then if your why isn't big enough, you're just going to stop. You're just going to stop. So have a good enough why to actually push forward and actually get shit done. If your goal is to quit your job, that's a pretty big why, because that's, your job is your whole life, and then you're replacing it with this side hustle. That's going to mean a lot. That's going to mean a lot to you. If it's stacked $10,000 in savings because you don't have any savings in your bank account, that's going to mean a lot to you. That's a big enough why for me personally. That would be a big enough why to be like, I got to stack 10K in my savings. Like, I'm 20, 30, 40 years old. I don't even have $10,000 in savings. I got to do this. Maybe a small side hustle. Maybe you might not be super, super motivated, but if you need that small side hustle to pay your bills because you're barely making ends meet, you're going to be motivated and you're going to have a reason to care when things get hard. So pick a bigger vision for yourself, a bigger goal for yourself, and overall just a bigger why for yourself. Because when things get hard, you'll start to ask yourself, why am I doing this? So how much do you want to make monthly? So let's set a goal right here. Let's say your goal is $4,000 a month to just start out. The first goal you want to hit, the first target you want to hit is $4,000 a month. So let's actually break this down and reverse engineer this. So $4,000 a month, that's 40 phones at $100 profit each. So you only need to get 40 phones a month at $100 profit each to make $4,000 a month. That's 10 phones a week, and that's about 1 to 2 phones a day. So that's not hard at all. If you have the right strategies to actually source your phones, and if you have 10, 20 people reaching out to you every single day, it's very unlikely for you not to be able to pick up 1 phone a day, 2 phones a day. If you have 10 to 20 people reaching out to you every single day, very unlikely you don't at least get 1 or 2 phones a day. So if you just make your goal based on the inputs and not on the outcome, you'll really see the biggest sort of change, or the biggest sort of, at least for me personally, I make my goals based on the inputs and not the outcome. Now, what I mean by this is your goal is $4,000 a month, right? And if we just broke it down, 40 phones a month, 10 phones a week, 1 to 2 phones a day. So what do I have to do to get 1 to 2 phones a day? And make that the goal. Make the inputs the goal. All right, I have to reach out to 20 people, and every 20 people I reach out to, I get 1 phone. Make the reach outs the goal. Make doing 20 reach outs a day, make that the goal. All right, I need to start Facebook ads, and I need to start spending $10 a day. Make starting and running the Facebook ads, make that the goal. And make responding to those leads every single day, make that the goal. Don't prioritize and put this amount of money on a pedestal. Your goal should be, what it takes to get to $4,000 a month. I just told you, 1 to 2 phones per day. So if you set up a Facebook ad for $10 a day, $15 a day, instead of the goal being $4,000 a month, make your goal respond to everybody as soon as they message you. Make that your goal. Make your goal follow up to them a day after they message you if they don't respond. Make those the goal. So I hope that makes sense. Like, make the goal based on your inputs and not on the outcome. Because if you make your goal based on the inputs, just by following that, the outcome's just going to come with it. It's just going to go. It's very unlikely that it's not just going to follow. So right there, set a simple and achievable goal. The next thing is really just learn the foundations of phone flipping. So like I said earlier, don't watch 100 videos. Pick one system and just follow it. Now, in this video, I'm going over exactly what I would do if I started over. So my system is going to be different from other people's system, right? And that's why I've been able to make $20,000 profit in a single month, because my system is different from other people's systems. So don't watch 100 videos, pick one system and just follow with it. So here's what to actually learn. You want to learn the foundations, but here's what the foundations really are. It's just sourcing, negotiating, and selling. That's all there is to this phone flipping business. It's just sourcing the phones, negotiating the price, and then just selling the phones. That's literally all it is. It's so simple. So, really, to learn the foundations, you kind of just want to go through the motions, and you kind of just want to get the process down, if that makes sense. So, I have a completely free beginner's guide, a completely free course on my YouTube here, and it's 1.5 hour long. It'll teach you A to Z exactly how to check a phone step by step, how to source your first phone step by step, how to sell your first phone step by step. Everything is completely step by step, click by click. So if you're completely brand new, I recommend watching this video, and it'll teach you exactly how to source your first phone, negotiate on that first phone, sell that first phone. And that's the process that I would start out with. And I would only do that for about 2 or 3 phones, to be honest. I would do that for about 2 or 3 phones, or buy a phone off a friend, because you just want to get that sort of process. You don't have to get it down, but understand how it works. And by the time you're on like your third flip or your second flip, you already kind of understand how that works. And what I mean how it works is just the process of meeting up with a customer, checking through the phone, any problems, negotiate. All right, you pay them the cash, then you go through the process of selling the phone online, and just do that for 2 or 3 phones, and then you're ready to hop into it. Just get the fundamentals down. That's really what you want to do. Get the fundamentals down of actually meeting up with a customer, how to check a phone, how to negotiate in person, all the basic stuff. And that'll teach you all that right in my free course. So do that for about 2 or 3 phones, and then you're really ready to hop into the real shit after you just learn how to really check a phone and you actually do it in person. So after you learn the foundation, this is the biggest thing. The biggest thing in phone flipping is sourcing your phones. Master sourcing your phones. This is where the money is actually made. So there's free strategies like marketplace outreach, marketplace posts, like marketplace outreach as in reaching out to everybody who has a phone listed on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people here teach that. A lot of people here on YouTube teach that. And again, we're going by exactly what I would do if I were starting out. I would completely disregard this. Yes, you're going to do that to learn the foundations. Like I just said, get 1 or 2 phones just to get that process down. Other than that, I would not start out with this. I would dive straight into paid ads, to be completely honest. So really, you don't have to start out with a giant budget. You could literally start out with $5, $10 a day on Facebook ads, and you'll still get results. So this is exactly what I would start out with, is Facebook paid ads. Now, why wouldn't I start out with marketplace outreach? Why wouldn't I start out with that? Everybody teaches that. These are the reasons why I wouldn't start out with that. It's completely inefficient. It's very inconsistent. And overall, you're chasing sellers. You're constantly following up with people. And it's 10x the effort. You're doing all the work instead of leads coming to you. That's the best part about Facebook ads, is people come to you to sell their phone. And it's completely 10 times the effort when you're reaching out to a bunch of people to try and get them to sell you a phone. You're just chasing people. Completely low conversion rate. You message 20 people and you maybe get 1 deal. The competition is high. And the competition is so high because not only are you dealing with actual customers who actually want to buy the phone to use it for themselves, but you're also dealing with people who are actually trying to resell that phone and get the phone as quick as possible, just like you are. So you could read through the rest. There's just a bunch of reasons why I do not like this at all. It's very manual. You're on their schedule. Competition is high, 10x the effort. It's super inconsistent. 1 month, you could get a bunch of phones. The next month, there's like not even a single phone listed on Facebook. So you don't want to start out with this. You want to start out with paid ads because this is 100% a lot more consistent and it's going to make you a lot more money. So this is one of my Facebook paid ads that I ran and I got 290 messages. I spent $2.13 per message. So every person that messaged me, that costed me $2. Now, in total, I spent $616 on this Facebook ad that I ran. And I ran this at like $20 a day, $25 a day. So you could do the math of how many days I actually ran this ad for. But this is where it gets crazy. So 290 people messaged me, and there's not a day I went without getting a message. So 290 people messaged me, and let's say out of those 290 people that messaged me, I completely did terrible. Let's say I did terrible and I was just a complete bot and barely closed any people. Let's say I closed 50 people. We could just say 50 people. And let's say on average I made $100 profit per phone. That would be $5,000 in profit just from this one Facebook ad. Now, I made a lot more money than that. I've made a lot more profit from this Facebook ad than that. Not only because I didn't close 50 people, I closed a lot more, but because from these Facebook ads, you will meet suppliers and you will have reoccurring customers and you will have phones that you're making $200, $300 profit on. So this does not include the $5,000 a month that I just named. That does not include the outlier phones you're going to get. By outlier phones, I mean phones that you're going to be making $200, $300, sometimes $400 profit on from one single phone. Because yes, that does happen. And also, this doesn't account for the reoccurring customers that are going to come back to you, sell you another phone, maybe two more phones, and you're going to make another, $100 profit, $200 profit off those phones that customer sold you. Not only that, but from these Facebook ads, you also meet suppliers. Suppliers is just other phone resellers that sell you phones, start to sell you phones in bulk. So from these Facebook ads, I've met many suppliers, and they come and give me 10, 20, 30 phones at a time. You do the math, how much money I'm making from those bulk deals. On an average bulk deal where I'm getting like 10, 20, 30, 40 phones at a time, I'm probably making around $50 profit for a bulk deal. But you could do the math on those. If I'm getting 10, 20 phones a week from one supplier and I'm making $50 profit per phone, you could do the math. So these Facebook ads absolutely crush. Absolutely crush. It's like literally printing money. So not only are you going to get a bunch of people reach out to you every single day, your phone's going to get blown up from people wanting to sell you their phone. But you also meet suppliers. You also get recurring customers. You're also building your brand. You're also getting eyeballs on yourself. So when you're reaching out to people on Facebook Marketplace and all you're doing is outreach, you have to realize that you're just a dude behind a screen. Nobody knows your name. Nobody knows you buy phones. Nobody knows anything about you. You're just a dude behind a screen texting people, asking them to buy your phone. When you are running Facebook ads, your name gets out there. You are well known in your area because you advertise yourself as the phone buyer, the cracked phone buyer, the blacklisted phone buyer, the unlocked, carrier locked, financed phone buyer. People start to see you. You start to get a lot of eyeballs. You start to get referrals. You start to get recurring customers, all that stuff. So yeah, if you do this, you get way more phones. It's very consistent. Very consistent. There probably won't be a day where you don't get messages. All right, once you run this for like 2 months, 3 months, people will randomly just call you. Like you'll get multiple calls, multiple texts every single day, just randomly. And they'll be like, yo, I want to sell you a phone, because your name gets out there. You get eyeballs. So yeah, people reach out to you instead of you reaching out to them. You're getting motivated sellers reach out to you. People that want to sell you a phone. Gets a lot of eyeballs. So again, your name gets around there. And eventually you will find suppliers. There's not been a single client of mine that I've helped them run Facebook ads and they've not found a supplier. Every person I've helped run Facebook ads has found a supplier. So yeah, if you want help with how to run Facebook ads, you could book a call with me using the first link in the description, and I'll help you start your Facebook ads. But next section is sell smart and build systems early. So what is the fastest and best way to sell phones? Direct buyers. If I were to completely start over again and I lost everything and I were to start tomorrow, the exact system I would get on is Facebook ads for my sourcing, direct buyers for selling phones too. Not selling your phone, I would not sell a single phone on Facebook Marketplace. I would literally just sell everything straight to direct buyers. So if you do this, if you go the direct buyer route and you don't sell your phones on Facebook, you literally get instant sales. So you could get 10, I could get 10 phones today. I could overnight ship them and get paid for them tomorrow. All 10 phones, all sold in a day, all 10 phones. If you were to list 10 phones on Facebook and try to sell them, that would probably take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to sell all those 10 phones. With direct buyers, they buy from you directly. It's like a private buyer. And it's a complete instant sale. You could literally ship the phone to them the same day you get it. You get guaranteed pricing, so you already know exactly what you'll make before you buy the phone. You already know exactly what you're getting. So basically how it works is they have a price sheet. You look at the price sheet. Let's say I have an iPhone 12. You scroll down. Okay, iPhone 12. You look at the price sheet. Okay, the buyer is offering this price. And then you just offer the customer $100 less than that price. It sounds stupid simple. That's because it literally is stupid simple. You know exactly what you're getting paid for the phone, and you just offer the customer less than that. So, but you also get to sell in bulk, so you can move tons of phones at once instead of selling them one by one by one by one. And that's a complete time waster, because when you're selling phones one by one by one by one, it's not only that, but you're getting the phone, you're listing the phone, you have to put the title in the description, you have to take pictures, you have to have a conversation with 10, 20 people that aren't serious. The most absolute brain dead people on earth are people on Facebook Marketplace. So they're trying to buy phones from you. Most of them are not serious at all, and they're just offering you like $50. Most people will schedule a meetup and they won't even show up to the meetup. There's so much bullshit with Facebook Marketplace. I'm not even gonna get into it, but there's a lot of shit with Facebook Marketplace. That's why I don't deal with Facebook Marketplace at all, because it takes a lot of time. So instead of that, you just move all your phones right at once. You're not wasting any time. You're skipping taking photos, you're skipping writing descriptions, you're skipping that whole entire process of meeting up with multiple people. You show up to a meetup, this guy flakes, you show up to another meetup, he doesn't want the phone anymore, all that bullshit. But yeah, no meetups with randoms, so you're not coordinating with strangers every time you want to sell a phone. Strangers every time you want to sell a phone. You have predictable profit margins. You know exactly what you're getting paid. Again, you know exactly what you're getting paid for each phone. And you could build a real business. So it becomes an actual system and not just a hustle. Like, you could make this a real business. If you're just selling on Facebook Marketplace, that's not scalable. Not scalable at all. And that's not a system, because there's no guaranteed anything there. You're just hoping your phone's going to sell within 2, 3, 4 days. You're just hoping. You're literally crossing your fingers. Also, as far as like building a real business, it's so much easier to train and delegate, because you could outsource your flips when the back end is completely streamlined. You could outsource people to just pick up the phones, because your whole entire back end is selling your phones, and that's completely taken care of when you have private buyers, because you already have a guaranteed sale. You don't have to worry about selling your phones at all. So yeah, and also because you could completely focus on sourcing, like right, what I just said is you could literally just only focus on sourcing phones, because your whole back end is completely automated. Your whole back end is automated. The back end, as in selling the phones, like that's like the backbone of the business, and that's completely, You don't have to worry about it at all because you already know what you're getting paid. You already know it's a guaranteed sale, everything like that. And not only that, but with these direct buyers, by default, you're going to make so much more money because they buy every single phone. So when you're only selling on Facebook Marketplace, you can only buy certain phones. You can only buy unlocked phones. So by unlocked phones, I mean a phone that is completely paid off. That's a phone that you could only sell on Facebook Marketplace. And you could also sell carrier locked phones. Carrier locked as in financed phones. The phone is still being financed and it's locked to that carrier. So if the person is financing the phone with T-Mobile, you have to sell it you have to sell the phone to someone who's using T-Mobile. All right, if that makes sense. But those carrier locked phones they're really hard to sell on Facebook Marketplace. So really you're kind of only stuck to selling unlocked phones when you're selling on Facebook Marketplace. So when you're selling to direct buyers, you could sell them any phone on the market. You could sell them unlocked phones. You could sell them financed phones. You could sell them iCloud locked phones, passcode locked, blacklisted, phones that don't power on, phones that are cracked on the front, back, camera, everywhere. So you could sell 7 different types of phones to these people, whereas on Facebook, you can only sell like one sort of phone, which is an unlocked phone. So by default, you're going to make more money because you could pick up so many more phones, a complete variety of phones, not just one single phone. So by default, you're going to make more money because you have 7 windows of opportunity for you to get a phone. You literally can't say no to a phone. Obviously, you can say no to a phone, but never mind. So again, I mean, the direct buyers are very simple. They have the price sheet. Not only that, but just to make it like your dog could literally do this. That's how easy this shit is. So for every single model, it tells you exactly what to deduct for, if the phone is cracked. It tells you exactly if the back is cracked. It tells you exactly what to deduct if the phone has a cracked camera lens, no Face ID, all this that says ask, which means just text the private buyer. If you do book a call with me using the first link in the description and we actually work together, you'll get these buyers and you'll get their phone numbers and you could ask them everything. But you'll get the buyers to actually sell your phones to. But the grading scale too, again, you could screenshot this and whatever, this is the grading scale. So this is how they grade their phones, like grade A, perfect condition, grade B. Grade B is where 100%, not 100%, but like 80% of your phones that you get are going to be grade B. But yeah, here's just the grading scale of exactly what grades of phones there are as in condition. But yeah, it's so simple. It's dumb simple. So it tells you exactly what to deduct for every single thing. So you're never guessing. When you're selling on Facebook, you're completely guessing. Because if a phone has a Face ID issue, you have no clue what you're getting for it. No clue at all. Or if the phone has a cracked back or a cracked lens or a bad back camera, you have no clue what you're going to get for the phone. Whereas buyers, you know exactly what you're going to get. All right. So that's exactly how I would really start out phone flipping. And then obviously the last step is to reinvest your money and just repeat that system. Just repeat the system of the Facebook ads and selling straight to the buyers. And that's how you're going to scale from $0 to $10,000 a month. That's how you're going to scale, is by running the Facebook ads. Once you make a lot of money, keep reinvesting all that money back into buying more phones, implement some more strategies to source more phones, keep selling to the buyers, keep building up your capital, keep buying phones with that capital. And scale into mostly dealing with suppliers. That's the route that I went into, and that if I were to restart, I would do that again, is just from the Facebook ads and from getting your name out there, you're automatically going to meet suppliers. So from there, it's mostly just business to business because they're supplying, if you get 1 or 2 people that are supplying you with like 30, 40, 50 phones a week, everything is automated and it's completely so simple. And you're just buying phones from people you already know. You're buying them in bulk. and then you're just selling them in bulk. So yeah, keep reinvesting your money, buy more bulk deals. And yeah, this is literally how I would start out phone flipping, is Facebook ads and private buyers. And obviously just the foundation, the goals, your mindset shift, everything that we just went over. So if you want help with this and you want help with step-by-step setting up your Facebook ads and you want access to my personal private buyers, you could go to the first link in the description, and I'll personally just help you implement everything that we just went over. If we do work together. So you could book that call in the first link in the description. I have multiple people in the program doing almost $10,000 a month, and they just started 2 months ago. Someone just started and made $8,000 profit. His $8,000 profit his fourth month. And one of my clients, Joseph, started 2 months ago. I implemented everything with him, and his second month he made $6,000 in profit. And both of those people that I just talked about, their videos of how much money they made and everything, they're right on my YouTube. So you could go to my YouTube, see that I'm not just bullshitting, and it's actual proof they actually made that money and everything like that. So you could go to those videos on my YouTube and see how much money they actually made. But yeah, if you want help with this and you want me to implement this all with you, the Facebook ads, you want access to my buyers, you want one-on-one calls with me and everything like that, you can book a call using the first link in the description, and I'll just help you out with all of that. But with that said, I'll see you guys later.